This is a tutorial for creating histograms in R using data from the Centers for Disease Control. I'm going to open a script file that contains the commands I'll be using for this lab. And the first step is to read in the CDC data, which have been stored at the Open Intro website. You'll notice that it's going to take a few seconds for this to load, so I'm going to pause while it does. Okay, the data have now been loaded, and I will show you the names of the variables in the CDC data set. You can see that there are a number of them. General health, whether somebody's exercised, whether they participate in a health plan, whether they smoke, their height, weight, their desired weight, age, and gender. The first thing that I want to do, I'm going to be creating a histogram using BMI, and so the first step is to calculate the BMI, and you do that with this command, BMI, and it's going to be a function of weight divided by squared height in inches times 703. And you can see up in the environment that BMI vector has been created. Next thing I'd like to do is look at some basic statistics for that BMI vector, and the minimum is 12.4, the median is 25.6, and the maximum is 73.09. The average, or a healthy BMI, is somewhere, I think it's 18 to 24, and so someone who has a BMI of 73 is extraordinarily overweight. The next step, just quickly calculate the basic histogram, and you can see that there are the average, or the weight of this, is between 20 and 30. It defaults to a number of bins here, or bars, that or breaks that are determined by the histogram algorithm, and so I can set the breaks. I want to add more bars or more bins there, and so I'm going to specify breaks equal 40 as one of the options, and you can see that there are a number of additional bars. So that's the first thing that I want to control, is that distribution, and you can see that the modal category here is right around 25 or 26. Another thing that I'd like to do, notice that the axis goes up to 70, but we already know that someone has a BMI of 73. So what I want to do is extend this axis, and you do that with the xlim command, or the xlim option. And you can see I've just set that so it runs from 10 to 80. This is xlim, and it concatenates the values 10 and 80 for that axis. Another thing I'd like to do is set the range for the y-axis here, and I'm going to set that so it runs from 0 to 5,000. I'm not worried about the tick marks here right now. I just wanted to get that set because I'm going to be creating some other histograms, and I want to be able to compare them, and the heights would need to be the same. We can add color to the histogram, and you can type in a number of colors. You could type in like pink or red. What I'm going to do is look at another way to identify colors, and this is from just an HTML color picker, and literally I could go anywhere on here, and you can see that the colors, there's a wide range of colors, and this is the color that I wanted to use, so I'm just going to copy that, and I would be using that over here in R in the color command, or in the color option. So you can see that it filled in that color just by specifying that option, and with that color code. The Next thing I'd like to do is add a title. So instead of it saying histogram of BMI, this actually is the distribution of people by the body mass index, and you do that with this main option in the histogram command. So main is equal to, and then in quotation marks, the what you want the title to be. I can do similar kinds of things for the x or y axis. I'll set the x-axis, I'll change it from this, so this is just the name of the vector that I created, the name of the variable BMI, all in lowercase. I'm going to set that to be a little bit more informative for somebody who would be looking at the graph. And you do that with the xlab option in the histogram. So xlab equals body mass index. And that is a basic histogram for BMI using CDC data.